Happy New Year, everyone. Mark Newstater, eXp Realty, along with Jaden Bax from Avenue Financial. Jaden, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, and Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope you had a great holiday, Jaden, and give us one highlight.
Oh, man, there's so many things, like teaching a 3-year-old that he could be excited but can't be spoiled and keep asking for the next gift. That was a highlight. Just really great getting the two sides of the family together. It's just nice when both sides get along so well and like getting together. So that was great. What about you?
Well, definitely the highlight was having my daughter home from Toronto, having my daughters for Christmas, and my mom came from Manitoba. So it was awesome. We had a great time. And as always, you eat too much, and then the calendar turns to January, and you wonder where those extra 5 pounds came from. Anyway, it's all good. We got a lot to talk about today, so I want to get right to it. We got a year update, we got a December update, and then our weekly stats. So I'm going to go weekly stats first. And God, I've got so many things open here right now. There we go, 6th of January. All righty. So as I mentioned in the description of today's video, what you're hearing on the news is absolutely correct, is what's going on in the real estate market right now. So only 53 new listings this week for detached, compared to 95 even the week leading up to Christmas. So I think really what happened here is there was probably a whole ton of listings that had an expiry of December 31st, 2021. They've expired and they're not coming back on the market, at least not right now. Sold 153, pendings 138. So, I mean, we had a 291 sold plus pending week. We had a net difference of 238 on the plus side. So despite the fact that there was no listings that came on, there's still sales happening. So this is what I was exactly talking about with a client this morning who was thinking about listing his property up in Airdrie. And, he said, well, shouldn't we wait till it's warmer? I'm like, no, don't wait, because there's nothing on the market. As an example, in Airdrie right now, if you're looking for a semi-detached home, Airdrie, Jaden, what would be your guess as to how many semi-detached homes are active on the market in Airdrie today?
Semi-detached? I'm always way off on that. 50?
How many?
50.
3.
What?
3 semi-detached. So that's where one wall attaches 2 homes. It's not a row townhouse. It's what we used to call duplexes. Oh, Sonia said 7. Sonia said 7. You were very close. It's 3. I got to throw that comment up there. Yeah, Sonia said 7. So it's actually 3 semi-detached homes. So if you're a seller right now, it's like bonanza. That's an old term. Like, it's a great time to look at selling your home. We don't know when these listings are going to come back. I mean, traditionally, it's late February, early March. So we'll just have to see. Only 23 price reductions. Look at I want to show it. Just please, everyone, take a look at the total listings, 2,152. If you go back 6 weeks, it's almost half of what we were 6 weeks ago. For sure, on the detached side, we're a third, almost, virtually a third of what we were 6 weeks ago. So the numbers are absolutely shocking, to say the least. So, all right, so that is this past week. And now we are going to, let me just stop that screen share. We're going to go to kind of our little year in review. And this is going to be, what happened to we have missed it. Well, let's go to your rates, Jaden. We're going to talk about your rates. I'm going to find my year in review slide, and we'll throw that up after you're done your rate conversation.
Yeah, for sure. And so really not a lot has changed in rates. We've seen the bond market come down. So we could see some of this fixed come down slightly over the next couple of months leading up into the spring market. But I wouldn't anticipate a ton of change at this time. Honestly, variable continues to be what it is. I just love it. And I guess the big thing on the rate front is that in December, just kind of right around when we did our last kind of roundup for the year, our last one of these, they decided to keep the qualifying rate at 5.25%. So it's great news. We didn't anticipate anything, but you never really know, right? Like the government seems to think that if you up that qualifying rate, that you will decrease pricing around the country, and that's been proven over these last couple of years, and in the past that it's not true, right? Like we have I think what you show, it shows us where pricing is going. We have a problem with having enough houses for people that want to buy, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, no, rates continue to be stable. Tons of good options out there. In all aspects, whether you're looking as a first time home buyer, whether you're looking somebody that Mark and I are talking to out of Ontario that's looking at buying a rental out in Calgary. Great options for you right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I have found my year in review, so we'll throw that up. This is technology at its finest here. All right, so year in review and December kind of wrap up as well. And as I throw that up here, and I got it. All right, so driven by super high sales in December, we had a record year ever of 27,686. That's 72% higher than 2020 and 42% higher than long-term averages. So like let that sink in for a second. It's unbelievable. What they feel is driving the sales is inflation and the fear of inflation, quite honestly, and then still interest rates. That was the Calgary Real Estate Board's official position on that. Overall pricing is up 8% year over year. Now, again, that's going to vary, right? Like, are you in a detached home? Are you in a semi-detached home? What area of the city are you in? My area here in Woodbine, in December alone, we had a 15.5% increase year over year in detached benchmark pricing, right? So your situation may vary. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post in the comments a link to book just a quick real estate review with me. I know you may not be selling your home right now, but I'm sure you're curious what the value of your home is based on some of these numbers, right? So I'm going to post that in the comments after we're done our live here. And you're going to be able to book that right through into my calendar, and would be happy to provide a quick update for you on your market value. So entering 2022, I showed you the weekly stats on the lack of inventory with some of the tightest inventory conditions in over a decade. Over a decade. I said in the tease, what does this mean for you if you're a buyer or seller? On the selling side, list it now. Like not in 2 weeks, like list it now, because we don't know when all of a sudden there's going to be a surge in inventory. Do I expect it's going to happen in 2 weeks? Probably not. But what I know right now is, in Airdrie as an example, you got a semi-detached house, put it on the market today. I mean, we can't do that. I mean, we need to stage it and photograph it and all that stuff. Like, put it on the market now, right? It makes sense, doesn't it? Okay. There's still buyers. There's no inventory. Airdrie, we had record sales up there of $22.99. Don't have the exact numbers for Cochrane or Okotoks. They were record sales years as well. Safe to say, record years all in and throughout Calgary. And what about areas between Calgary and Cochrane? Rockview County, people have houses up there, but no viewers. No viewers. I mean, I'm thinking what Sonia is saying is no buyers. Certainly, so if we're talking about price points that go north of $1 million, we've seen increases there too in terms of sales activity, and what exact price point you lie in will depend on whether your prices have gone up since you purchased 2-3 years ago. Okay, that's what Sonia said. Yes. Okay. So yeah, so we can, that's a conversation we can have offline, Sonia. We can certainly talk about Rocky View County, things like that. We're talking about actual urban areas here as opposed to more rural areas. But I think overall, there's still a lot of stuff selling. I have clients looking for acreages. They can't find them. There's a lack of inventory on that side of things too. Whether prices have gone up, that's really very dependent upon your price point. And where you actually sit, what your features are, things like that. So there's your kind of market highlights. Craziness. And I just want to show one more. I'm going to go right directly to our stats screen here on Calgary Real Estate Board. And I just want to scroll down. I'm going to show you a couple things right here. Jaden, you can see that okay?
Yeah, all good.
So we're seeing our annual year to date right there. So we saw a 71% increase in sales year over year. We saw a 33% increase in new listings. But look at the number differentiation there, right? 71% increase in sales, 33% increase in new listings. So that's a problem. Benchmark prices, things like that, I talked about 8%, so you see it right there. I wanted to just quickly show you where we're at right now. So December 30th to January 5th in 2022, check that out, 70% higher than last year, because people are saying, where's the market going? Well, we're already 70% higher than the same week last year. And this is when the market started exploding last year. Okay, so, but 70% higher in sales, 17% down in new listings, and 30% down in active listings. I mean, that's a shocking. This column right here, if nothing else, if you're thinking about selling, you should get on. I do need to just scroll up on that because I want to leave that on the screen so I can. Yeah, so that column on the far right hand side, the percent change on the daily, weekly there is absolutely huge. So it's a great time to sell, and obviously it depends on what you bought in for, things like that. And are you downsizing? Are you moving in province, in city? Like, there's a lot of different factors that come into play. I think the best thing to do, just like people do with Jaden, is they say, Jaden, I want to talk about refinancing, right? So you don't say, well, here's a blanket answer, right, Jaden?
No, exactly, right. And I think really, like, this is incredible to me. And what we're seeing, I think, is that you can't look at this as for the last 2 years, this isn't a traditional spring fall market, right?
No.
Like, people are wanting to wait for those, but that's why you work with a proactive guy like Mark, because he knows you don't have to wait for the spring market to get your best value right now. Call Mark right now and get going on things.
Yeah, exactly. And and this is not to pump my own tires, but I told this story, I think maybe a couple weeks ago, but I have clients that are selling some investment properties up in Taradale. We had a hard time selling them even earlier in 2021, to be quite honest. And we came up with a formula of how we they replaced the carpet and the paint and made sure they were vacant. The tenants were gone. And that still took a little while. Well, we did that in December, and the first one sold on the first day. And we listed one between Christmas and New Year's, which I would normally never do. And I said, guys, I think we're going to sell this place quickly. And easy for me to say now, but I did say that to them, hand to God. But they were fine with that. And it took 2 days, and we did have multiple offers on a row townhouse in Taradale. Now, very, very nice unit, fully, updated with new carpet and paint, had an ensuite, which many of the units there didn't. But the point being is that it's spread across a lot of different segments of the market. So fair enough. I'm gonna leave it there for now. I think hopefully I've gotten my message across, right, James?
Well, I think it's pretty clear. Like, if you can't see that, I don't know what you're looking at. It's clear. Now's the time.
Yeah, now is the time. Well, and here's the reality. I had a client say to me the other day, and we're dragging on here, but I'll close it off with this. Reconnected with a client who said, hey, I wasn't looking at all in 2021. I heard of friends of mine that were getting into multiple offers and blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, they got in, and maybe they had to pay a little bit more than they're wanting to do. But if this market continues to go up, which all the experts are saying that it will in 2022, then do you hope that you kind of got in July at even if you had to get into multiple offers? Because if it's just going up, like, get in now, right? Like they always say that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the next best time is today. So that's about it for that. I feel like that was a lot. That was a lot. All right, so I think we're going to end it there. That's enough for today. Jaden, thanks so much as always. And the best thing, sorry, and I didn't talk about buyers. The best thing you can do as a buyer, we got our buyer from Toronto in touch with Jaden. Get pre-approved before you go out looking, and it's actually a prerequisite for any of my clients. I don't go out looking with you until you're pre-approved. We don't want you falling in love with a house that you can't afford, especially in this market right now. We need to know exactly where you're going to be, and pre-qualified is what I should say, right, Jaden? Not pre-approved.
That's right. Yeah, no, and we could do either or. Pre-approved is better. Pre-qualified, depending on the borrower, is probably enough as well.
Awesome. Okay, that is it for today. We will see you all back here next week. And I'm sure the market will be crazy again, but we will be here to update you on it. Have a great week, Jaden.
Have a good one as well, buddy.
Bye.